roll that beautiful map footage. Derpy, herpy, derpy, derpy, herp, derp. Yeah. But yeah, unsurprisingly, like, I logged out after raiding that dude, and I know this is a build test server or whatever, but, or a build test video, but unsurprisingly, within moments of me logging out, like, I think maybe a whole 20 minutes went by, and freaking, I got an alert, like, I was sitting there eating dinner, and freaking, I see an alert pop up on the Rest Plus thing. So you have been killed by so and so. And it's like, womp womp. So, I mean, that could mean a few things. Like, you can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. But, Hans. But, crap. Derpy, herpy, derpy, derpy, derp, herp. And derp, derpy, derpy, herp, derp. Calling and invert, is it a dot? There we go. Find, test. To test, disable larger ocean waves to test performance, graphics wave. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. Yeah, So speaking of the can't catch me, the gingerbread man thing, the thing that I should have done before I raided that dude was I should have changed my Steam name, because I'm thinking about it, and he would have had no idea. I mean, he would have just assumed, because, I mean, most people pick a name during a wipe and stick to that name. But there's nothing saying that you can't change your name every time you log in. The downside of that is, if I happen to encounter that dude more than once, you know, coming in and out of my house, then there's a pretty good chance that, you know, he would have made the connection that I just changed my name all the time. And then there's the other possibility that my house just got raided just to get raided, but if it wasn't, you know, if it wasn't that, if it wasn't some other party that just independently decided to raid my house, because there's not really many houses and not really many people on the server right now, because, you know, that's the end of the wipe. But yeah, so in the event that it wasn't Mr. Dude and it was just some other third party, then whatever, like, but what I think happened was it's either he had a buddy that plays on the server, or he managed to wrangle some clan or some group of people into raiding me. where he didn't have any kind of backups of his own at all. Because if he didn't have another base, and he wasn't part of a group, then that setback that I did would have really set him back. Like, because I took his workbench level 3, I tore up his sleeping bag with the C4 and tore him up with the wall and the C4 all in one shot. And if he didn't have the what's it called, the things with the stuff and the other things, if he didn't have a backup and he didn't have a buddy, then what I think might have happened was he was so mad he went into the chat and was like, this guy just stole X amount of tens of thousands of sulfur from me. Go get him. I don't even care if you give it back. Just, if you want sulfur, go raid this guy. So it could be any one of those three things. It's either he had a backup and changed his name, or he had a buddy, or he had a buddy all along and he was just, you know, building a house by himself away from the clan base, away from the group base or whatever. Or he managed to wrangle a group of people into raiding my stuff. But I mean, within maybe 20 minutes to a half hour of me logging out, I got the alert on my Rust Plus on my phone. You've been killed by so-and-so. And it was not the same name because I made sure to check the name. And it's like, man, what a freaking smarm. I mean, unlike most people that play the game, I can kind of take the loss kind of thing, like, because I expect to get raided. I expect my stuff to be gone when I come back in, which is why I've got backups of stuff. So, I'm thinking back through the events at time, what probably happened was the dude was sleeping, and he got an alert on his Rust Plus on his phone when the C4 killed him, because from that amount of time, I mean, I think I maybe had like 45 minutes worth of time, so whatever happened, he must have seen it and logged in immediately, and then, like, in a panic was trying to run through his base, and then he finally gets logged in and finally makes it through his base and gets got by all of his own traps. Because he didn't come back to the base, you know, in full metal gear with a rocket and start shooting rockets at my base. He jumped on his horse that I left between our two bases and was probably screaming his head off as he was doing donuts around my house. But like I said before I logged out, no, I knew that was probably the thing that was going to happen. But I mean, those are pretty much all the possibilities. But the thing that I learned from the experience was, for one, in the event that, because most of the bases I've ever raided didn't have crap in them. Most of the bases I've ever raided had, like, you know, maybe a handful of comps and maybe like about a normal amount of, you know, whatever to do base upkeep and like There's like hardly anything worth raiding in most of them. And in most cases, it's not so much about spite or being mean or trying to be cruel to people or ruin their fun or like... I mean, in most cases, it's like a duo or a trio that moved in and have been like hyper aggressive to me that's been in a spot. You know, like for a, you know, pretty prolonged period of time, and then they're like, they show up and they just start killing the crap out of me, like, it's like, man, because most of the time they make the assumption that when they see the guy in bone armor with a pistol with a silencer on it running around, that one, they don't know what they're doing, two, they probably don't have anything to raid them, and if they did, it might be a satchel, and three, that, you know, they're not gonna do anything to me. You know, what could he possibly do? There's three of us. But then, you know, they get the message on when they log in that they've been killed by a rocket or C4 or like... But the thing that I learned from it is, if I'm gonna raid somebody, especially my neighbor, and I, you know, their sleeping body is in the position like where I can't help but blow it up with a rocket or a C4 or something, like, then I kind of like have no choice but to oh yeah, how's that? But if I just change my name, then they won't, like, they won't make that connection. But that person saw me when I was building my shipping thing with the shop in it. And there's the slightest chance that they wouldn't have raided me. They wouldn't have known. But he ran immediately right over to my house and started, what I'm assuming was screaming about he wants his stuff back or whatever. But yeah, within like 10 or 20, 30 minutes of me logging out, I get a notification on my phone, so-and-so has killed you. Which it wasn't the same in-game name. It wasn't the same Steam name as the person that I had killed in the game. So they were either part of a group, changed their name, or just out of desperation, like, baited a group of people into raiding me. I had like 10,000 sulfur, I had 20,000 sulfur. And this guy raided me. I'm quitting the server and you can have it if he's right here. Get him. So it could be any one of those, but the reason that I think about like that is, dude, I mean, that's so lame. I mean, if he was a smart person, he would have a backup, and he would just go get his explosives from his backup and raid his stuff back by himself. You know, like... But it wasn't even the same dude that killed me. I mean, I got into his base, I used freaking 12 C4 to get in. And I did it all by myself. But it really wasn't that much of a loss. Because I had already used all of the C4 that I had. And then the only other thing was comps. I mean, I had a crap load of metal, but who cares about a crap load of metal? I mean, I have a crap load of metal at the other house. And I didn't lose my blueprint, so it's like, whatever, big deal. And I already have a bunch of backup houses anyway. My main reason for being by the junkyard was just easy access to the magnet crane. Because 10 cars is 500 scrap. So I'm not really sure what I want to do in regard to that person there. I mean, it could either be that his buddy or whatever raided my base and gave him all of his stuff back, or they split the loot or whatever. I still haven't logged in yet. And it could be that they raided the other surrounding house, the storage house. But I have a feeling that they left the 1x1 alone. Which, I mean, that's got like at least a kit and other crap in it, and a workbench level 2. And then there's the mountain lab that has a workbench level 2. And then there's the did I destroy the whole supermarket? No. And then there's the other 1x1 by the airfield, which has a workbench level 2. But, I mean, I wouldn't have killed him, except the C4 got him. And there was no way to move his body, and I was looking for guns. I was like, so he's got all this crap, and it's got all this sulfur and a workbench level 3, but I'm seeing 0 guns. And at that point I realized it's probably in his submarine base over there, his submarine garage. And I was right. And he had even more sulfur. And then I was thinking about it, and like, why does he not have more gunpowder? Why does he not have explosives and stuff like that? So, like, I think he must have just gotten the workbench level 3. Which makes me think he is just a solo and doesn't have a buddy and is not part of a group. So he probably just whined in chat for, like, as long as it took to get somebody to go blow the walls off my house. Which, I mean, as far as, like, effort goes to get somebody raided, I mean, it's kind of hard to beat that. Like, you don't even have to do anything. You just bait somebody else, like, manipulate somebody else into doing it for you. But, I mean, as far as me being gone from the server goes, that's a no. I mean, I do want to finish out the wipe. Which brings me back to, like, do I want to go back out there? Because I still have bases that are relatively close to that spot. And the other thing that I didn't realize, which I did know but I had forgotten because I hadn't played in a while, was regardless of what happens, as soon as you get killed in the game, you get an alert on Rust Plus, and I didn't know that. It wasn't fresh in my mind. I mean, it's happened to me before. I've been I've been out of the game and freaking... No, but the sequence of events is he got killed by the C4, and as soon as he saw his phone or had access to a computer, it seemed like he logged in and in a desperate panic and freaking... I don't think that he himself could do anything about it. I don't really think that... So he must have gotten somebody else to do it. I mean, I know it was somebody else that did it, but I mean... And then there's that, is I think one of the worst aspects of the game is like the people that won't take a loss, which that doesn't really like, you know, like you get these groups of people that have this overinflated ego. So, like, even if I manage to counter them rating my reinforced 2x1, they would just keep coming back and keep coming back and keep coming back and keep coming back. I mean, until eventually I get overwhelmed and then, you know. But I mean, people in groups do have a definite advantage. I mean, that's like, you know, it's like saying, yeah, it sure is bright out. But then there's that part of it too, is, I mean, I guess I could try to find somebody to be in a group with. But I don't think that, I really don't think I would like it, because it was just, I mean, I'm so used to playing solo that it just feels so smarmy. It takes all of the challenge out of the game, and it's like, I mean, what fun is that? Like, I mean, unless you're like totally sucked into the bully mentality. Because when those people that smarmily say easy mode, I mean, it is easy mode. I mean, but they should feel bad for bragging about playing easy mode and pretending that it's hard mode. I mean, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to do that. Like, I mean, I thinking about that. This is like the best comparison to that. I mean, that would be like, I mean, I have literal God mode and I'm flying around and everything and find something to kill. There's those scientists over there. Maybe there's a road scientist or something. Well, I mean, let's pretend this is a thing here. It's like, you know, ha ha ha, easy mode. That's easy mode. And it's like, the bad part is I've seen, like, you know, I've like seen my nephew do that. Like, totally be into talking crap to the creeper in Minecraft in creative mode where the creeper can't hurt him. He's totally talking junk to the freaking creeper. That's what you get for drinking my Mountain Dew, Terry. I mean, but this is also the kid that I've seen, like, play Roblox on a pay-to-win server. I think it was like the smacking game or whatever. I'm like, what is this thing? And it's like, I'm watching him like, holy crap, you just like killed all those people in one shot. Like, you know, and I'm assuming that you have to do a bunch of stuff to get that item or something, or like, he's like, no, it was just like this many Roblox points or whatever. And I'm thinking, like, so you bought that? Yep. And you don't feel bad about using the thing that you bought to? And he's like, nope, this is great. Look at them, they can't even do anything, it's great. I'm like, wow, dude. Holy crap. I just can't see how that's satisfying. But again, like, I don't really even care about that crap. And I was getting kind of bored. And the satisfaction that I got out of it is I kept saying I was going to raid that guy, saying I was going to raid that guy, saying I was going to raid that guy. Until finally, yeah, I raided that guy. And I walled off his tool cabinet inside of his house and he couldn't find it. I even used my drone to go see him like freaking out despawning stuff. So, but yeah, his issue was he was using those electric furnaces, which I'm pretty sure they're faster, but the downside is you don't get any charcoal. And I mean, I guess the optimum way to do that is to have multiple, is to, you know, to use both things, is to use the regular furnace that gives you charcoal, and like the oh, hold on, it's piggy time. Oh, let me get myself an AK here. Yeah, let's use a fire bullets. Yeah, you can't even do anything to me, can you, Terry? You can't. No. That was such easy mode. I'm so great. Look, even the fire can't hurt me. This is pretty great. I am the gingerbread man. You can't catch me. Whee! Like, I mean, I just like, how could you be like that? Like, but yeah. So, but to use both things, I mean, because using just the regular furnace, I mean, it does take a while. You do have to go out and get wood. And you end up with a crap load of charcoal. You end up with slightly more charcoal than you could ever use with that amount of sulfur, especially if you cook a crap load of metal. But as far as like speed goes, and well, they take up about roughly the same amount of space, but to make sure that you have charcoal and that you can do stuff at a high rate of speed, and to make sure that you can't you know, you're not using a big furnace, which is like, I mean, it's basically like setting off fireworks. Like, hey, come over here and, you know, look at all the stuff I've got. Like, which that totally matters. Which, I mean, and that's the nice part, is to be validated and like my understand, like what I think I understand as far as the freaking the way that people's minds work in the game, like, but I haven't really been wrong. Like, I've been right more times than I've been wrong about the stuff that, about my assessments of stuff. Like, but I mean, like, the people that build only one base on a server, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, there's not a limit, so why would you only build one? And in most cases, it's because they build these big, giant, freaking bases with a crazy upkeep. But I mean, like, there's like another way to play the game to where you'd be able to spend more time out using the guns and stuff. You'd be able to be out, like, out killing people or running monuments for more time than it would take to, like, build one of those bases. Let alone the upkeep costs, let alone, like, the only thing that it does is draw attention. Like, I mean, I don't know if, I mean, there must be somebody that does this, but like a group of people that doesn't build big bases and just lays low and like nobody can find where they are and like they're impossible to get rid of kind of thing, like, because those big bases don't make you immune to being raided, they cause you to get raided. And then since you only built the one, you don't have a backup, so then that's it. Like, but it doesn't have to be like that. But my whole purpose of logging into the server, the other thing that I had learned from that person is, one, I should probably have made another base that was closer to that base to store all the crap in, because he was probably just going to go over to my house. Like, if I had made a base up over by the airfield a little bit, that was just big boxes, and just ran and stored all that crap in there, like, his attention was immediately drawn over to my house. You know, because that freaking C4 killed him. So if I change my name every time I'm gonna go raid somebody, or if I change my name before I log in every time, like, I know that they can track you once they have your Steam ID, but it does reduce some of the risk of people being able to make that connection. Like, they would have to actively try to be looking for you with that name and that Steam ID. And most of the time, most people have other things to pay attention to, most of the time. So that's where I screwed up there. I should have changed my name before I raided him. The other thing is, what else? You got me thinking that he seems to have a crap load of sulfur. Like a crap load of sulfur. And yet he also has the submarines, and I looked and I did find the water lab, but it's all the way across the map, which he might, I mean, I guess he might drive all the way there in the submarine. I haven't messed with that. But the other idea I had is he finding like nodes to mine under the water? Is that what he's doing? And then looking up information for this game is like a freaking minefield. Between the people that don't know what they're talking about, the people that think that they know what they're talking about, and everybody else repeats what that person said. The people from like 12 years ago or whatever, from some forum posts that people keep using, like launch options. Most launch options are complete placebo bullcrap. Like if you look in the output log text file, most of those launch options aren't doing anything. It says command not found. The only two that I found that do anything is set CPU priority and the garbage collection thing. How is that? Oh, car. Those are the only thing that do anything. The other thing I wanted to test was like I am gonna build something eventually. I'm just ranting because I can. I mean it is fun to just fly around as the gingerbread man with the ice AK. Like, hold on, let me find a piggy to tell him how great I am. Where is it? I guess I could spawn one. I mean, does spawn entity bear work? I'm trying to remember this from my mind here. Spawn or entity.spawn bear. Hey, come back, Terry. Hey, hold on. Hey, come back. No, don't run away. Damn it, Terry. Hey. You're not making this easy for me. I don't like that. I mean, I'm trying to make it easy mode here. Hold on. Freaking bear is getting away from me. Hey, come back, Terry. Hey. Yeah, see, I told you it was easy. See? Yeah. That's what I thought. But the dude got me thinking that, is he underwater mining stuff? Is that what he's doing? And I looked and I found like a forum post from like 8 years ago or whatever where there's just no barrels and there's no mine nodes spawning on the server. Which, I mean, I guess as the wipe progresses, there could potentially be a server variable that causes less stuff to spawn. Except, no, it turned out that they were spawning on the edges of the map under the water on the ocean floor. Which, like... oh, right, clothing. Now, see, where is the clothing thing up here? Oh, attire. It's called attire, not called clothing. And because there's no way to change the scale of this, apparently. A freaking headset? What does this do? I mean, I guess I don't think it does anything. Night vision. I guess I just gotta type it in. So I give myself some night vision here. Jeez. You believe that using night vision during the daytime is kind of right? So I wanted to go out into the ocean. Let me see where I am on the map here. Like, it said that stuff was fully all the way out into the map. And see, this is weird. This might crash the game if I do this. But I'm zoomed all the way out. Oh no, it seemed like it was just gonna keep going, like. So, what happens if I just run into the ocean? Yeah, well, I might as well give myself swimming stuff too. Spear gun, a bunch of spears, diving stuff, so this, that, this. Abyss diver's suit. Does it give you... Doesn't give you underwater breathing, does it? Wetsuit. What? You can wear night vision and that? That kind of seems counterintuitive. Found in the abyss doubles as a reliable hazmat suit. No, see, this is okay. Why is it? Oh, it is reloading. Okay. Now see, I never would have thought that you could use the night vision. So am I heading right off of the map here? Let's see. This would be like straight off the map. I mean, I would have never considered that you can find nodes down here. But that guy had a crap load of sulfur. And then there's that, as you only have the 8 minutes on this thing, so I'm guessing that I should probably just do this with the submarine. But again, this is the whole point of testing. So what would this look like without this? There's still this much light down here? I mean, I haven't really messed with the scuba thing very much. And then there's that, is I don't know if they're gonna spawn down here, or if they only spawn down here, if they only spawn down there as a bug. And there's supposed to be sharks or something. Still haven't seen one node yet. Let's see what it looks like at nighttime. I wonder how far under the water I am. So the ocean isn't really that deep. Which I always thought it was like ocean level, like, so now I got no clip on, I'm just screaming to the edge of the map. I still haven't seen one ore node. Set the time to daytime. See how far to the edge of the map I am. Is it still going? It says I'm still going forward, but I mean I also am moving really slow. Still haven't seen any shonks. Shonk. Have I reached the edge of the map yet? And I'm way out there. So, let's turn on no clip. Oh crap. So, oh, that's irritating. So where did I die at? So all the way out here is the edge of the map. And I saw like 0 nodes. Which, the other part of that is, like, I don't have an entire server's worth of people mining all of the nodes that are on the land. That might potentially passively increase the... I'm about to hit the edge here. To passively increase the chances of, oh, jeez. What is going on here? Let me look up the command for a submarine. Shonk. Rust spawn submarine. Should be like entity spawn submarine. More than likely. Solo submarine, duo submarine. Submarine solo entity. Derpy, herpy, derp, derp. Spawn submarine solo entity. So wherever I'm looking with the mouse should do it. Said it did spawn one. Not seeing it though. So let's try that again. I heard something. Here it is. Okay. So if I'm in no clip mode, so I guess you have to get in through the hatch, I guess. Okay. So torpedo storage. Where is? Do they need fuel? Yeah, they need fuel. I'm guessing it's just low quality or low grade. You can see like nothing. Like, I can't even see what I'm doing. Am I like scrubbing around on the ground? Am I like facing upward? Like, yeah, I gotta look up the submarine controls because it seems somewhat counterintuitive. Like I'm pushing backward. I'm guessing that crouch makes you go down. Now, why is it using my oxygen? Okay, so crouch does make you go down. And it looks like sprint makes you go up. It's pretty much like the same controls as the drone. Like just normal forward makes you go forward. But shift apparently makes you go up. Yeah. What's that? Is that like a building or something? Oh, let's see. This is the edge of the map. I'm bugging out here. Oh, so when you surface, I guess it recharges all your oxygen. I mean, I'm trying to submerge and pushing the The crouch button. Give myself a torpedo. Now let me look it up. Submarine controls. So yeah, it is crouch. Yeah, no, I'm not seeing any nodes out here. I'm freaking, that doesn't eliminate the possibility that this, okay, so the speed is not really that bad. So if I give myself a destination using the markers. See, I was wondering why that person was, bothering to drive all the way to the underwater labs, which don't think my map here has them. But like, let me see how long it takes me to get to the lighthouse. So if I plot my course here. So right where I'm at, the fastest point would be to here and then to here. So if I go to the blue one or to the yellow one. What's this stuff? Is it about to be shark time? Oh, this is a sunken boat. Can you use medkits underwater? You cannot use medkits underwater. I don't think that there's a gun that you can use underwater. Weapon. Ammo. Gun light. Pretty sure you should be able to use a gun light. So both the gun light and the night vision. Just a sunken tugboat or something. Cannot use medkits in this. Can't use the medkits in here either. Have chat torpedo. So, where's the big box that I opened? I guess you only have a certain amount of time before it despawns. Oh, here it is. Well, I mean, I know everything despawns, but there's not a bad amount of comps, but I mean, you do get high quality metal from it. Oh, I see, you can only wear the pants. Okay. You can only wear the wooden pants. This seems like just such more work. Honestly, like. And then you can barely get up on top of these. You got duck boots. And you can't shoot that anywhere but underwater. Well, no wonder it took that guy so long to get the workbench level 3. And no wonder he doesn't have the stuff for the explosives, like. Is there an easier way to get up here? Oh wow, this is real frustrating. Why would this guy bother with this? Like, I guess the draw to it, I guess the benefit would be you don't really have to worry about dealing with people, I guess. But so far I've still yet to see a node. And see, now the gun light is working. What the hell is going on? Is it floating away from me? They just start floating? I guess they do after you haven't been in them for a while. Okay, no, it is pretty fast, I guess. It just feels like it's really slow because it's not really much of a reference point. Excellent. What happened to that crap? Does it float or does it sink? I think it sinks. Or it despawned because it hit the water. No, definitely looks like it despawned because it hit the water. Yeah, I'm seeing no nodes down here. Which, to anybody that knows, I mean, is pretty obvious, except that's the whole point of me testing this. Is this a sunken kayak? What the hell is that? Oh, it descended into the ground. Okay. Where's my submarine? Did I already hit the wall? Is that what the problem is? So I think I've just hit the wall, so I can't go forward anymore. How many squares is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 squares. Okay. It should be descending. Yeah, I haven't seen a single node yet, which that might be different on a server where everybody's mined all the other nodes and the server's been running for much longer amounts of time to where it just happens to pick a node that's at the edge of the map. Like, that guy had a crap load of sulfur. Yeah, no. It's really seeming like it's a no. Which I might still have to test that in the server anyway. Get a submarine and go out and head out to the edge of the map. Because if that's true, I mean, that would totally make it worth doing. But I haven't seen even one. And it could be that the behavior is that the nodes just spawn out here to as a bug, but they can only spawn out here after they've been mined, potentially. And it seems to be like a really slim chance of them picking this out here. Is what it really seems like. But I mean, it should be right by the edge here. I'm just gonna fly out to the edge of the world. It says that there's just ocean as far as I can see, but nope, there's the edge. Dead. So I guess this is the ocean as far as you can see. And then freaking... Oops. Can you see nodes through the wall? Okay, you can. Yeah, no. If it does occur, it must only occur after all of the nodes have been, like, thoroughly mined on a server to where it just has a very, very off chance of spawning at the end, because it does kind of seem like as you play on a server, it does kind of seem like they, there's just no nodes by the end of the wipe. And since I know that there's a spawn limit, like you can't, like it won't just spawn infinite nodes. It's like if there's X amount of nodes, if it's below that max limit, it'll spawn more nodes. Which it makes sense, because otherwise it just, anything without a limit has the potential to, like, you know, cause an overrun. Like, I mean, like, if there wasn't a spawn limit on nodes or trees or anything in the game, like, even if it was, like, the most inconsequential thing, every bit of everything takes up some amount of system resources, whether it be on the server or the client or both. So, the other thing I wanted to test was just to see how much crap I can fit in a 2x2. Because I can build that 2x2 with the same raid resistance as a freaking as a 1x1 or as the 1x2. But the different, like, the problem is the 2x2 has a much larger profile and it looks like it's got stuff in it. And if you know how to properly jam items into one square, I mean, you could totally make a 2x2, you know, totally worth it. Like, But I was thinking, like, even just a regular, you know, metal interior and stone outer wall. Because as soon as you start putting metal on the outside, it makes it look like, one, you've got enough metal to support it, and two, you're probably trying to keep people out a little harder than somebody that just has stone. Then the other part of it is, how could I make a a fortified 2x2 that looks like it's been raided? Like, I mean, I guess the easiest thing to do is to just put a door without, you know, a door thing, a door latch, triangle with no door in it. I mean, anybody that sees that would assume that something has been raided. It's probably the easiest way to do that, but now I'm probably going to call it a stream right here and build that 2x2 in the next stream. I just wanted to test the submarine and the node thing, and I still can't confirm for my own sake whether or not they do spawn at the edge of the map or not. But if they do, which it seems like they do, because even on a server with no people, which granted it could be people mining the stuff, they could just have no competition and go out with a jackhammer and mine every node in an area. But it does seem like, just even with that being the case, that there seems to be nodes that disappear, and unless they're reducing the maximum spawn limit over the course of a wipe to reduce the amount of resources intentionally, if that bug is still occurring, that would make sense why that dude is able to have all of that sulfur. The other solution to that is he just had an advanced ore tee and ran around on his horse or something and with a jackhammer in the desert and got really, really lucky and came across a crap load of ore. Because, I mean, that was a lot of sulfur. But yeah, I'm calling it a stream here. Crunch. I'm probably gonna come right back in a little bit and do the testing on the 2x2 to see how much crap I can fit in it. But thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing. I'm clicking the button right now.